guys, welcome back to Godzillathon, and whew, God, work was just crazy. So, basically, it's just nuts of how much I was doing so much work, class, blah blah blah. It's just so much stuff, and I don't know how to experience with that. It's pretty much tough. That's all I could tell you guys. It's just work was just crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. Those were my dogs. They're going crazy right now. So yeah, I mean, my head hurts so bad, and yep, this is what work is like when you start applying a job or something. But anyways, we are now on episode 22 of Godzillathon. All you know that Terra of Mechagodzilla is my favorite Godzilla movie. And basically, originally this movie was so close to be my favorite Godzilla movie itself until it was replaced by Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, sadly. But basically this movie is really up to my top 5 favorite Godzilla movies. And that is Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Not Destoroyah! Don't, please. I don't know why James Roloff would ever say that. It's Destroyah. Destoroyah. Destoroyah is just his name in Japanese, but Destroyah is the one we know of. And please don't even comment that. I know Destroyer sounds wrong because TriStar crackheads, but anyways, Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Oh my god, this is one of the best Godzilla movies out there, and I mean one of the best. It is amazing. It's perfect. This is basically how you end the franchise. This is how you end the series. This is the best way you could ever do it. I swear to God, that is amazing. I love how you ended like this. This is the most emotional Godzilla movie to ever exist. This is just amazing. I mean, this was actually the last movie to feature Akira Ifukube's music. He's been composing a little bit after this one. So there are a few Akira Ifukube musics in the Millennium. I don't know. But this movie is just amazing. After this movie was released, a few years later, Tomoyuki Tanaka, the producer of the original Godzilla, he died. Momoko Kochi, who played Emiko, she died also, which she was in this movie already. Oh my god. Everyone who was involved with the original Godzilla died after this movie was released. I mean, it's perfect because Godzilla dies in this movie. I mean, if you kill off Godzilla, even though you created Godzilla, if he dies, you die. That is basically how you do it. That'll be like if I created my own character, and if he dies later on, I die. It's just perfect. It's just amazing. The only ones that are pretty much to survive after during the Millennium times were Akira Takarada, Akira Ifukube, and Haroa. I can't remember his name right, but don't. Oh my god. These are the only 3 people that were alive during the Millennium, but who did not make it right now. There's only one left right now, Akira Takarada. He's the only one surviving. But this movie, oh my god, I can't get over it. It is one of the best Godzilla movies out there. So, well, actually, before I begin, I want to go over the backstory before we go on. The original idea was a movie that was supposed to be made, that probably probably the main canceled Godzilla movie I obviously wanted than anything else. Godzilla vs. Godzilla. And no, this is not really Godzilla fighting a reflection, or basically Godzilla fighting another self from another dimension. It's most likely Godzilla fighting Ghost Godzilla. It's basically gonna be a fight between Godzilla fighting the 1954 spirit of Godzilla. That would have been a great movie. And I read the whole like I read everything about it, and not to mention there was a designing of a Heisei Anguirus. That they should have done the Heisei Anguirus for this movie. I mean, that would have been so great. That would have been great. Man, I don't know why. Well, I mean, they cancel it because who knows? The director didn't really want another Godzilla movie with Godzilla fighting like another version of himself, like Mechagodzilla 2 or Space Godzilla. But still, that would have been a great movie. That's something I personally want than anything else in this world. Ugh, why would you do that? Why? That would have been so great. Whatever. But anyways, with that being said, let's begin. Right now. Let's do it. So the movie opens up with Miki in a helicopter trying to get to Birth Island. But when she got there, she saw that Birth Island is gone. I mean, who could have caused that? Godzilla. Then we meet. Then we head up to a scene where we're not in Tokyo anymore. We're in Hong Kong. I think Hong Kong is part of China. The Hong Kong airport flies up, and when they were asking like, "Oh my God, who is that?" And, "Oh my God, it's a monster!" And of course, who would have arrived? Godzilla, but really different. Godzilla is covered in red lava, and he starts glowing. Godzilla is like exposing to radiation and like so much, and Godzilla's causing so much destruction. I mean, wow, that's big. Godzilla is actually destroying so much shit in Hong Kong. Actually, there was a reason why I realized why Godzilla was attacking Hong Kong. Toho actually was requested by some people in Hong Kong, or I don't know, like it was a request to Toho that Godzilla should attack Hong Kong because he's never done that before. And so that happened already, and wow, that was amazing. And of course we got this, wow, the dun, 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 that type of a Kirikube, and this awesome opening credits, the Oxygen Destroyer, and the logo with Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Wow, that is brilliant. Then we hear the dun 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 dun. That music, like epicness with Godzilla attacking so much in Hong Kong. That was just amazing. I mean, who knows? So then we cut to we head to back. Yes, another interrogation at G-Force of Godzilla attack. This time Godzilla attacking Hong Kong, saying like, what is going on with Godzilla? Why is he being like this? They were explaining that Godzilla was actually exposing to too much radiation, too much energy, and if Godzilla goes into a high meltdown, Godzilla could be killed, like causing so much explosion. They were asking like, oh, how bad could that be? And I was thinking to myself, how bad could that be? Oh, shit. Yep, that's the problem now, because that's how much radiation can actually be when it comes to Godzilla's biggest explosion that'll take the entire planet himself, which I'm confused. The entire world, like, not just this planet, but the entire universe, like, everywhere, like, in the entire galaxy or every other in the whole world. And sorry, that's my dog right there. Basically, that is just massive. Like, wow. This is just like The Dark Knight Rises, where, like, they said, it's like Godzilla's like the atom bomb of not just this spot, but the entire planet. Like, Dark Knight Rises has an atom bomb that Bane was gonna use to destroy Gotham. Yeah, which by the way, The Dark Knight Rises is the best of the trilogy in my opinion, but whatever. So that is just like, wow. I don't know what to tell you all because that is just a massive, massive idea. But then we see elements of, and then next we meet Yamani. Yeah, that's right. Yamani. That's familiar, right? That's one of the That's one of the family members for the new Yamani family, especially with Emiko and some other characters involving from the original Godzilla. Yeah, this is the new generation, basically. So, so he was like desperate to say like, oh no, I cannot be involved with this. My father or some of my old family members were involved with Godzilla since 1954, and they refused. This guy and Kenichi refuses to go, but then he's like, Miki's there, and he's like, he felt excited to go. Then we also meet Yukari Yamani, niece of Emiko, who was making the micro oxygen, and when Emiko first heard the news about this, she was so disappointed about this, and she's like, "Are you serious? When are you gonna ever learn that that's a dangerous thing?" So she called her niece to come over, and she's like, "Why are you so upset about this? I didn't." And she goes, but then Emiko's replied, "You noticed that's a horrible thing, especially since one of my best friends died." And she's like, "Who?" And she goes, "Dr. Serizawa." So yeah, that's right. Dr. Serizawa was dead after the whole situation with this. That he was involved with, that he created the oxygen destroyer, and they got this. That's how the micro oxygen was involved. Came from one of Dr. Serizawa's creations. Is most likely the oxygen destroyer. So Emiko was like, "You can't use any elements of this. You're gonna destroy this world again, especially killing everyone." So her niece Yukari was like, "All right, I'm sorry." So that's how it goes. So meanwhile, Miki was somewhere with I forgot so with Kenichi, whatever his name is, one of the children in one of the new generations of Emiko's family. So Miki was wondering where is little Godzilla and stuff, but he goes, he couldn't survive. He's dead. So she's starting to claim that it's total bullshit. I mean, yeah, it is total bullshit. So yeah. Meanwhile, back in this laboratory with the micro oxygen stuff, whatever, like something came out of there, like saying like something just came out of there or whatever, and it went down and turned a bunch of fish into skeletons, and their skin was disintegrated. Yeah, that little thing destroyed the fish, and of course that's a the microscopic creature. So basically, yeah, that's what it was. So moving along, and since I had to go further up, at this fact, so during the night, they started scanning everywhere on what was going on, blah blah blah, and at night, this bridge was destroyed, and there's like a bunch of bunch of things that are coming out of nowhere, those juvenile creatures. So, and by the way, these things are just a cross between these things to me. So yeah, there's Destroyah juvenile forms. It looks like the cross between a scorpion, a predator, and alien, with the tentacle form of intestines and tipped with a claw burst from its mouth instead of jaws. Yeah, that's what these things are. These little Destroyah juvenile forms. So when I was a kid, I saw that scene where these guys go inside this factory to find these crab thingies. They actually scare the hell out of me. Like they really do. Oh my, yeah. That's one of the things. This is one of the scariest Godzilla scenes ever. When I was a kid, it was a jump scare. Yeah, I wonder if King of the Monsters could actually be a jump scare. Like I know it's gonna be because who knows. So basically they were spreading everywhere. Emiko's niece was involved, and she's like in a police car, and one of the juvenile creatures starts to have a little thing come in its mouth that I mentioned, the tentacle form of the testes, whatever. So she gets out safety. Don't worry. They start killing him with killing these things with flames, and come on, flames cannot kill this thing. Just because it melts down doesn't mean it's dead. So basically, then they come back the next day, and well, before that, Godzilla was actually coming to that same factory. Then they released the Super X3. By the way, holy crap! First of all, the pilot who drives the Super X3, it's the same guy who created Garuda from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. He's same guy or same actor. Hopefully, it's the same character. Driving the Super X3, and we haven't seen another Super X since Godzilla vs. Biollante. That was like, wow, when are they gonna do a Super X3? Yeah, Super X3 flies out to freeze Godzilla. Man, that effect was pretty cool. The Godzilla's face starts freezing. It's a pretty cool effect. So next day, send out the military to take down those behemoth creatures. These juveniles came back, but bigger and large arms, known as the aggregate forms. They're everywhere as shit, and they all gained to. So after this wrought out destruction they caused, they transformed into a flying form. And they actually was like this thing was created by the oxygen destroyer. He is called Destoroyah, and yeah, there he is, Destoroyah. Destoroyah! Not Destoroyah! Destoroyah is the Japanese name. But look, James Rolfe is a great fan, okay? I know James Rolfe is a good guy, but it's Destroyah. Not Destoroyah! And not Destroyer. Destroyah. I know it's spelled Destoroyah, but it's pronounced Destroyah, okay? Just to let you know. And I know on my title on that picture you're looking at, yes, I spelled Destroyer wrong, but still, that's how you pronounce the name, Destroyah. Destroyah! That's how you pronounce the name, Destroyah. Yeah, that's how you do it. So, flying form Destroyah causes so much, and Miki is in a helicopter with I believe, Emiko's daughter or something, or no, just another niece. Like piloting, I can't remember that name of hers. I might want to look back at the castings later on. So they were on a chopper, and well, before that, they saw like whales actually being killed, and they were asking like, who could have caused killing whales? And of course, it was little Godzilla. Yeah, So then we saw little Godzilla. So little Godzilla's back, and he looks really different. He's now Godzilla Jr., and he looks a lot like his dad, except a little smaller than his dad, which, kind of a little bit taller than how he was as a little Godzilla. But, yeah, and this is basically the best version of Godzilla's son, Godzilla Jr., because he looks like his dad big time, but just a little smaller and greenish, and the dorsal spines are smaller. So Godzilla Jr. went to someplace around Japan. Yeah, he's not even bothered to hurt he doesn't even hurt anyone. Like, he was like, hey guys, how you all doing? I want to help you all. I like you guys. But when he saw Flying Form Destroyer is like attacking the kid, and starts like they had a really good fight, and And Destroyah starts chomping his neck. Like you can see a lot of bab coming out of his mouth, and he starts bleeding big time. But then then Godzilla Jr. blasts his atomic breath and killed off that son of a bitch. And destroy the factory too. Boom, boom, bitch. That's how you do it. That's the way you do it. Miki was so happy about this, and Meru. That's the name. Okay, I'm sorry. It's Meru. Yanami. Yeah, Meru Yanami. She works at G-Force. But anyways, so Godzilla is back. Well, Burning Godzilla. I'm sorry. He's called. I forgot to tell you. I'm just gonna call him Burning Godzilla. Burning Godzilla and his son, Junior, starts reuniting at the night. Like, begin to celebrate after Junior's first defeat against a monster. But of course not, because the same monster he defeated is back. Destoroyah has regained so much flames and transformed into his flying form. Oh my god, he looks like the fucking devil! Oh man. So, Destroyah even looks even more terrifying than ever, and that roar. Wow, that's really weird, and my throat's hurting a lot. So, flying form, Destroyah actually knocks down Godzilla and grabs Junior, like flying off, and just drops him down. Miki was freaking out to see this situation, and when he drops down to the ground, Destroyah blasts his beam so many times. Miki starts going to him, and Godzilla Jr. died right there. Miki starts crying, and not only she was crying, but Godzilla starts to cry. This is one of those things I remember watching, and I'm starting to tear up a little bit. Oh my god. Because this was such an emotional payoff. Godzilla starts crying. Now he's really crying right there. I mean, we saw a little bit of tears in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, and then there's a little bit in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. Yeah, Godzilla cries in that one too. But in this movie, this is where Godzilla really is crying. Like, now he's really crying. Because that was the only family member Godzilla has ever had. And Godzilla lost his one and only son. This was such a sad and emotional moment. Like, Godzilla was sad at this situation to lose his son, but when he faces Destroyah, he gets pissed. And he struggles enough to fight Destroyah, which most people consider Destroyah the toughest monster, which I'll get to that soon. Destroyah and Godzilla fought, and Destroyah was really kicking his ass. Godzilla doesn't even stand a chance against Destroyah. Well, Burning Godzilla just couldn't fight well. Red atomic breath doesn't work. Well, the spiral red beam, sorry. Godzilla fought a little bit against Destroyah. There's like close shot-ups of that Destroyah uses his horn to slice down Godzilla, which doesn't even come off. Don't worry. There's a little bit of blood. Godzilla attacks, and there's like a little bit of Destroyah's vomit coming out. Very gross, actually. And once Destroyah was dropped to the ground, Destroyah explodes and turns back into his aggregate forms, taking down Godzilla. There's like multiple of those trying to fight Godzilla. Godzilla was struggling to fight these little bastards. After that, after Godzilla defeat most of them, Miki is desperate to leave Godzilla Jr. like this. She's like, I don't want to leave him. Please don't. I don't want to leave him. But her and Mira were walking like in a maze or something. Or I don't know what type of maze. Not maze, just struggling around this crumbled building until another chopper reached to save these two. Yeah. Godzilla walks up to Godzilla Jr.'s body, like looking down at him, and this is really, really emotional. Look, Godzilla looking down at his dead son, and I don't know what it was that he like smoked that he did to him, but probably to regain him to be the next Godzilla. And then Junior's like, like that. Godzilla was so upset that his son was like dying like this. Like he's like, oh my god, what is going on? I tried to save you. Until Destroyah just is like, haha, fuck you. Like, fuck you, or something like that. I'm sorry. Attacking Godzilla, so much of it. Choking Godzilla with his tail big time, and throw Godzilla onto a building. Very nice. And that's what Destroyer did right there. When Godzilla's starts to go on a meltdown, his spine starts melting down, and Destroyer is starting to like get a little weaker when Godzilla blasts his like strongest spiral red beam, and Destroyer's like, what the hell? It's like he's getting weak now, and Destroyer starts to fly away. And then of course Destroyer was killed by the military, which uses a lot of ice and coldness. I think every fans hate the situation, and in my opinion, I think those you Godzilla fans are so fucking stupid when you're so complaining too much on Destroyer being killed by the ice weapons, because ice is his weakness. Destroyer is a fucking devil, and devils hate coldness. They'd rather be so hot-headed instead of just being like this, just being so cold and in a freezing situation. So Destroyer is killed, and then when Godzilla is finally on a meltdown, the Super X3 and the Maser Tank squads with freeze weapons starts shooting Godzilla with this, which is probably the last new music Akira Ifukube composed. Requiem. I can't even pronounce that right. It was a very, very sad song. Even with this scene, it's so powerful. So, and then of course Godzilla starts to melt down. Like you see Godzilla's face melting down, and he gives one last roar, like ah. Like when I saw this as a kid, I just couldn't stop crying right there. This is probably the most saddest emotional scene in a monster movie. It's so emotional. It's heartwarming that my favorite character, my iconic character that I'm looking at has finally died. So just like Superman or Spider-Man that you saw in Infinity War, and Superman and other comics, that was a big deal. All your favorite superhero dying in a movie, it just makes you emotional. But this, my favorite character died. Like my favorite iconic character is dead, and I just couldn't stop tearing up. It's such a sad moment. Miki was sad and starts teared up. It's like my work with Godzilla is finished. Like, which not really actually, because there's like a lot of fogging going on, and then we see another Godzilla. Of course, that's Godzilla Jr. In Godzilla Rebirth. Of course, like you saw the SH Monster Arts Rebirth Godzilla. That is an amazing scene. And then we cut to the credits with all the Godzilla movie, with the 1954 Godzilla and all the Heisei, with this kick-ass music. That's the end of the movie. That was the best ending ever. Oh my god, just amazing. It was great. I just love it. I mean, what can I say about this movie? Everyone who was involved with the first Godzilla died after this movie. The last movie we saw before Tomoyuki Tanaka was Rebirth of Mothra 2. I mean, I don't know if this movie. I don't know if the Heisei films, right? Those are connected to the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy. But after this movie, we get the Heisei Gamera. But my God, this is brilliant. I mean, the casting is great. The music is great. And I'm so sad that this is the last movie to have Miki. I don't know what to say, but hopefully this year when I go to G Fest, like I'm planning to go this year. Like I will. I promise you guys, I will try to go to G Fest this year. But this is probably the last movie to feature Miki. I want to go meet this actress so much. I want to meet her big time. This is just an amazing. This is a sad moment. I want to see Miki again, like in another Godzilla movie. But I mean, when I saw in King of the Monsters, this girl that I just saw in the trailers, she looks a little bit like Miki. I don't know, but I hope maybe it's her, maybe it's not. Who knows? But my God, just amazing. I just love that. Music, great. But let's talk about the monsters. Obviously, I'm gonna start out with the last Godzilla we have, Godzilla Jr. I wish I could do him last, but still, Godzilla Jr. looks amazing. This is the best design for Godzilla's son ever, and this is basically like it's like Lion King, where Simba was supposed to become the new heir to Pride Land or Pride Rock, and Mufasa tells him like would you take over my throne if I die? And Simba's like, yes, I will. So even though Lion King was based off of Hamlet, William Shakespeare, yeah, but this is just brilliant. With Godzilla, it's just even better. They done it well. I just love that. And, I mean, Godzilla Jr.'s death, or maybe not death, spoiler warning, it's just, I teared up so much when I was so young. It was such an emotional scene. I just love that. I love it. Even to this day, it's still the most emotional monster movie to ever exist. Great job. I love that. I just love that. I wish the Heisei would continue, and the next one will be Godzilla vs. Bagan or Godzilla vs. Ghost Godzilla, and hopefully would feature Anguirus or something like that, or Super Godzilla. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? But still, God, I wish the Heisei would have continued, but that's all we got. But let's talk about the main villain in this film, Destoroyah. What can I say about Destroyah? I mean, he's just Dr. Serizawa's worst nightmare. Saying, like, the oxygen destroyer is something that cannot be used. And you could create something that's even a threat. And it will actually be a ferocious nightmare. And if you try using that, you're going to cause even something bad. Way worse than Godzilla. And what did they use? They did it, and they created a monster, and Dr. Serizawa's worst nightmare has come true. And it created a monster called Destroyah, going in several forms. And this form, I mean, he looks like the goddamn devil. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just amazing. Like, Destroyah being involved after the Oxygen Destroyer. It's just amazing. So, yeah. Well, before I want to go to the next one, yes, I know, the Oxygen Destroyer is in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and people stating like Destroyah being in Godzilla vs. Kong or sometime in the Monsterverse. I'm on the spot where I could say maybe, I don't know if he's going to be in Godzilla vs. Kong. I mean, if he was, then who knows? But as long as they keep both Godzilla and Kong alive, as long as they keep both of those monsters alive, and I want the Monsterverse to continue after this. Like, after Godzilla vs. Kong, I want them to continue more. But Destroyah being in that movie, yes, I know. Destroyah is the only thing that could save Godzilla vs. Kong. I get it. But I don't know. Maybe. I don't even know. We'll have to wait for a while. And finally, of course, Burning Godzilla. What can I tell you all about Burning Godzilla? This is probably the most powerful Godzilla incarnation to be ever existing. I mean, sure, Godzilla Earth was more powerful and bigger, but Burning Godzilla is a bomb. He is exploding with radiation. I mean, I would not want to mess with him. I mean, you think Final Wars Godzilla was tough? Well, I would much rather mess with that rather than messing with Burning Godzilla. Burning Godzilla is just... he's really powerful. He's exploding with radiation. It's like taking the entire world with him, and it's like massive explosion. It's just, wow. What can you do about this? There's nothing. So, oh my god. And that scene where he dies, it caught my eyes teared up so much about this. It is until this day, it still does. I don't know how to experience it that. Yeah, I'm so happy with that, but... oh, and by the way, guys, I don't want to see any comments of... I don't want any of you people to spoil me of this Godzilla being in King of the Monsters. I don't want... because I don't want to be spoiled. Please, I don't. It's not really a Burning Godzilla type. It's more of a super... because the King of the Monsters is more of a supercharged Godzilla. Not really type Burning Godzilla. Because if it was Burning Godzilla, then yeah, Godzilla would die. But supercharged Godzilla sounds much better. So basically, that's all I could tell you about this. All the monsters are great. Everything about it. Oh, Super X3, perfect. I don't know if that's going to be a King of the Monsters, whatever. But what can I tell you all about this? It is fantastic. I love this movie. When I introduce the people who are not Godzilla fans, basically, you're going to have to show them most other Godzilla movies before you show them this, because it's better this way. So, my rating for this movie, I'm giving this movie a 9 out of 10. Much like Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and some other ones. This is a 9 out of 10 film, and I highly, if you're not a Godzilla fan, I do recommend watching this, but rather watch most Godzilla movies before you watch this. So, yeah, that's how I could state this. But listen, guys, I kind of want to hear your comments for the next episode. Do you think it's a good idea if I either review 98 or should I skip it to Godzilla 2000? I don't know. I want to see those comments. Like, post your comments on this and tell me, what should I do for the next episode? Skip 98 or review it? So, let me know in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys next time. This is SB Goji Fan signing off. Thanks for watching! Oh, wait. One more thing to say before I end this. Destoroyah!